Chapter 1966. Matt Rich hurriedly said, "Master, everything has been fine with me lately. Thanks to you and President Chris Tyler for taking care of me." When Alex heard this, his expression turned serious, and he said sternly, "Brother, everyone else here can call me Master, but you cannot." Matt Rich replied awkwardly, "Master. But even Mr. Chris Tyler and so many others respect you so much. How can I be the only one to make an exception?" Alex stepped forward, patted him on the shoulder, and said firmly, "Brother, they call me Master because I've helped them in one way or another, but you are different." Matt Rich quickly said, I am who I am today also thanks to your help. The help you gave me was earth-shaking, so I must respect you even more than the others." Alex frowned slightly and said with some displeasure, "Don't be foolish with me. We grew up together in the orphanage. Although we didn't share the same mother, during those years, there was no difference between us. After all these years, we've supported each other, relied on each other, and shared both hardships and joys. If I helped you, it was only because we are brothers pulling each other up. Why would you be polite with me?" Hearing these words, Matt Rich felt both ashamed and grateful. He thought to himself, "I was always afraid I couldn't measure up to Alex, so I became more cautious and reverent in front of him. But the more I acted like this, the more distant I became. Yet Alex has always regarded me as a true brother. If I continue treating him like a master rather than an equal, he must feel uncomfortable." Thinking this, Matt Rich finally looked at him sincerely and said, "Alex, I understand, brother. Thank you." Alex smiled faintly and nodded, "That's the brother I know. If you call me Master again, I'll break our friendship on the spot." Matt Rich immediately promised, "Alex, don't worry, I'll never call you Master again. In front of me, Alex isn't a master, you are Matrich's brother, a brother for life." Alex nodded with satisfaction and said warmly, "I'm truly happy to have you as my brother." Just then, Trump and Emma walked out of the villa. Since Alex's guests had come to visit, they felt it was only right to handle the hospitality, so they quickly tidied up the living room and stepped outside to invite everyone in. But once outside, they realized there were far more people than they had expected, and what was even more astonishing was that almost all of them were the most prestigious figures in Oris Hill. When Emma's gaze landed on Faria, her heart sank slightly. She already knew Faria was among the guests, which was why she had put on a bit of makeup before coming out. Normally, Emma rarely bothered with makeup or elaborate dress, but even today, she had kept it simple. Standing in front of Faria, who was beautifully dressed in an elegant cheongsam, Emma suddenly felt plain and overshadowed. Trump, on the other hand, was unfazed. He already knew his son-in-law had become extremely capable, with clients who were all powerful figures. But when he spotted Paisal Billy, his expression changed. He quickly stepped forward and greeted him respectfully. "Oh, genius Dr. Paisal Billy, you're here too. You once saved lives, so I should be the one to bow and pay you a New Year's greeting." Paisal Billy, however, felt deeply embarrassed. He knew very well that Alex had been the one to cure his high paraplegia with a miraculous medicine, and that he himself had played no role. Being shown such respect by Trump made him uncomfortable, so he quickly said, "Mr. Richard, you're too polite. It was Master who remade me, and that's why I've come to visit him today." At that moment, Don Stephen also stepped forward and embraced Trump with a respectful bow. "Hello, Mr. Richard. Don Stephen, I also wish you a happy new year." Don Stephen was flattered and said quickly, "Please, you mustn't call me Mr. Stephen, just Stephen will do, Mr. Richard." Trump's heart swelled with pride, and he thought secretly, the old Richard has truly gained face now. Even Oris Hill's underground emperor, Don Stephen, shows me such respect. How glorious is this? And if word spreads that so many of these great figures came today to pay New Year's greetings, I can only imagine how many people's jaws will drop in disbelief.